So back in February I did a video, the electric way to Leeds, and I've travelled from Bradford Fulton Square to Leeds by Shipley. Today we're going to be travelling from Bradford to Leeds again, but this time the diesel way, as I'm travelling from Bradford Interchange to Leeds and calling at 2 stations en route between the 2 cities. To be honest, I actually do love Bradford Interchange Station. It was actually built in the 1970s, replacing Bradford Exchange Station. In fact, where I'm currently standing is probably the station thrown towards Bradford Exchange Station, as that station was just beyond the station building of Bradford Interchange. Also, this station is served by Northern and has plenty of Northern services in and out of this railway station. It also sees Grand Central services, that if they decide to come up from somewhere and actually terminate here, because there is problems with Class 180s at the moment. But we are waiting for a Northern service, the 1053 to Leeds, and our first station we shall stop at is New Pudsey. So the first station en route towards Leeds is New Pudsey, and honestly this station actually serves the towns of Fairsley and Pudsey, but the station is actually more in the Fairsley area, and you want to get to Pudsey town centre, it's a mile walk from this railway station. Also, New Pudsey used to have intercity services stopping here from London King's Cross to Bradford Interchange. However though, when the line was electrified to Bradford Fulton Square in 1991, those services got diverted to Bradford Fulton Square. Now the one thing I like to talk about in these videos is the station history, because some of them are very interesting. And this one's very interesting indeed because the railway came through here in 1854 by the Leeds, Bradford and Halifax Junction Railway, but there was no station here at the time. The closest station here was called Stanningley, which was a junction station for the trains that went onto the Pudsey Loop line, and there was 2 railway stations there called Pudsey Lowdown and Pudsey Greenside. Both stations opened in 1878 but closed in 1964. So New Pudsey station was actually opened 3 years later. It was actually opened on the 6th of March 1967. So I'm now waiting for the next train that's going to take us to Bramley, not in Hampshire, but in Yorkshire. And this train I'm catching is the 12:29 Northern service to Leeds. So we're going to board that now and head to the penultimate station, Bramley, that's in Yorkshire, not Hampshire. So believe it or not, this is the second station of the day we're visiting, and it's the penultimate station. This is Bramley, but in West Yorkshire. There is another station, Bramley, in Hampshire, and to be honest, they're totally different stations. They have their own character to it. But honestly though, Bramley, West Yorkshire, it does have 2 staggered platforms, which is very nice to see, to be honest. So I have now moved over to platform 1, and to be honest, the view on platform 1 is so much better than the view on platform 2, to be honest. But I'm just going to dive into the history now of Bramley, West Yorkshire station. It opened on the 1st of August 1854 by the Leeds, Bradford and Halifax Junction Railway. Now when the original station was opened, it was actually on the platform 2 side of the staggered platforms. Now the station did close on the 4th of July 1966, but it did reopen on the 12th of September 1983 by British Rail. So before I show you something, I just want to state the obvious. And yes, it is completely unnecessary what I'm about to say, but I'm just stating the obvious. It's raining. But that is the British weather for you. What sparked my interest is though, is this over here. Now I don't know what that is, but to be honest, it does look like an underpass. A little tunnel that went underneath the railway line, to be honest. It's bricked off, but I'd like to know what that is, to be honest, because that has sparked my curiosity. So during my time here in Bramley in Yorkshire, it's got me thinking, how many disused stations are there between Bradford Interchange or Exchange and Leeds on this part of the line? Because there is only 2 stations between Bradford and Leeds. I'm sure there's got to be more disused stations, more stations on this route. Like I mentioned at New Pudsey, there was a station called Stanningley, and that closed in the 1960s, but I'm sure there's got to be more. What I am thinking of doing is one day is walk the 9 miles from Bradford Interchange to Leeds, which takes about 3 hours, and see all the disused stations on this route. It's a possibility one day, but what we are going to do right now is catch the 1404 Northern service and head to Leeds. So we have now made it to Leeds, and honestly the journey from Bradford Interchange to Leeds has really been pleasant, to be honest. There's been no cancellations. There's been a few trains that have been delayed, but no cancellations, to be honest. But we did stop off at New Pudsey and Bramley, West Yorkshire along the way. So what I'm going to decide to do is go back to Bradford Interchange. Now a Class 195 DMU takes about 18 minutes from Leeds to Bradford Interchange, calling at the 2 stations. A Class 333 EMU travels from Leeds to Bradford Fulster Square. It takes about 23 minutes. So we're going to time a Class 158 DMU to see how long it takes from Leeds to Bradford Interchange. Now it does say it takes about 21 minutes. I want to see if we can do it under 20 minutes. So I'm waiting for the 1527 Northern service to go back to Bradford Interchange. So now back at Bradford Interchange. That Class 158 did a time of 20 minutes and 23 seconds. It's still faster than a Class 333 from Leeds to Bradford Fulster Square. So it did about 20 minutes, to be honest. But anyway, on that bombshell, I'm going to pop a video right here. Feel free to give that a click. The people on screen now, YouTube channel members and Patreon supporters, thank you for supporting the channel. I've been SimOnTrains. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you on board for the Cyber Express for a new journey down the line on YouTube.